When engaging in rideshare, whether driving for Uber or Lyft, sometimes the worst decisions made in regards to your business may not even be coming from you. What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim with another ride sharing video. Now, this one is one that actually has a precedent suggesting it may be a bad idea, but I'll give you the title and we'll talk about it. Lyft partners with trans woman to promote new feature connecting female non-binary drivers with riders. Now, we've talked about this before, where you're giving the riders or the drivers the ability to choose passengers or choose a driver based on sex. But this comes at the hands of, now they're bringing up transgender and non-binary individuals. Here's how it works. Popular ride-sharing app Lyft is using a transgender woman to promote its new Women Plus Connect feature, an option that lets women and non-binary drivers connect with women and non-binary passengers. Now, this story is on Fox News. Make no mistake about it, Fox News does not have a hell of a lot of tolerance for the transgender community, so they're all over this shit, and it would not surprise me if it grows from the Fox News community and ultimately affects Lyft to some degree. Many of you folks may remember Kid Rock shooting at Bud Light cans because a transgender woman, Dylan Mulvaney, was on the front of the damn can. It could literally bring out those who do not favor the LGBT community. I'm trying to tiptoe around a little bit of words here because I understand this could be offensive to some, but I do want to give you my opinion. That's why you tune in to me. So we're talking about passengers picking individuals based on gender or sexuality. In my opinion, why the hell does the driver or the passenger need to know each other's sexuality? Now, if you're a woman and you want to pick female drivers, I'm not a fan of it, but okay, fair enough. But this non-binary and transgender stuff, why does the driver need to know you're transgender? Or as a driver, why does your passenger need to know that? Nobody needs to know your sexuality. And of course, obviously, me being a male, this is going to exclude me for a hell of a lot. Nobody's going to deliberately pick my black ass. So I'm not a fan of allowing passengers to discriminate based on gender or sexuality because I'm a straight male. I'm the least popular among all of this shit. But here's more. The app's new feature will allow any driver who identifies as a woman to be connected with non-binary or female passengers. Conversely, it will also allow passengers to choose whether they want a non-binary or female driver to pick them up. As I keep bringing up, this is certainly opening up the door to discrimination against straight males because nobody's going to deliberately choose a straight male. They're choosing women because they feel safer with a woman driver or a woman passenger from a driver's aspect, but nobody's going to choose a male, certainly not a black one. So it puts me at odds because I'm going to be the least favorite in all of this shit. Could lead to less rides. Hopefully it doesn't. At the end of the day, how many transgender passengers are really out there? I'm just going to ask in the comments, have you picked up anyone from the LGBT community that you felt was clearly open about it? I mean, you could have a straight gay male or a gay male that looked like me. Nobody would know. And they don't need to know. But I assume when we're talking about transgendered women, you could have an ugly ass woman get in your car and you know that's a man. At the end of the day, I'm 6'6", 300 pounds. It would be pretty obvious if I got in your car wearing a wig that I wasn't born a woman. So perhaps in a case like that, but like I said, I'm not a fan of the discrimination. Continuing on though, the company entered into a paid partnership with an Oregon-based transgendered woman, Davy Felton, 55, on TikTok to promote the new feature in late February. Now, 55 years old, wow. But I want you to hear, because I mentioned earlier, Fox News does not have a big tolerance for members of the LGBT community, particularly biological males that is transgendered into women. The hatred towards that particular part of the LGBT community is off the chain, and Fox News is just not a safe haven for transgender women. Here's what they point out, and this is the type of shit that can end up having folks. We talked about shooting beer cans with Bud Light from Kid Rock. This is the type of stuff that leads folks to have an issue with the transgender community. Now, this individual that they partnered up with, this 55-year-old transgender woman, has a social media page. Apparently, this person has a large following on TikTok. Listen to what they stated in this article that don't have shit to do with the article, but it could be utilized to demonize this individual. Some of Felton's other TikTok content includes teaching other transgender women how to tuck, a term used to hide male genitals beneath clothing or swimwear. Another video shows Felton going to the DMV. So we're talking about tucking your dick and hiding it. Fact is, a lot of folks, particularly from the Fox News audience, Christian base, think all of this shit is a sin, and they are very intolerant of this community. That had no business in this article. That had no business being in this article. This is about Lyft partnering with members of the LGBT community. The fact that one of the individuals, the individual they partnered with, has a TikTok page teaching people how to tuck was done to demonize the person. That didn't belong in here. So I just wanted to point that out so that folks don't come, well, they don't really have a problem with the LGBT community. Why the hell is that in this article? Why the hell is that? But continuing on, closing the article up, here's the reason why. Over the last few years, both Lyft and Uber, which have nearly replaced the taxi cab industry, have faced hefty lawsuits where passengers have alleged sexual assault, kidnapping, and harassment. The company did not say in its announcement whether Women Plus Connect was created to address safety, but rather to build an equitable platform where women and non-binary people can thrive. And the article does go on to mention, I think his name is David Risher, the CEO of Lyft. It does bring him up. So you could see a right-wing boycott of sort in regards to Lyft if Fox News continue playing this. Like I said, they don't have a lot of love for the transgender community. Certainly if you got a grown man on TikTok, an app that is often used by minors, teaching folks how to tuck their genitals. That's in that article for a reason. I wanted to point that out. But what do you folks think? Do you favor allowing women to pick female drivers? Or female drivers being allowed to only, to kind of discriminate and only try to pick out female passengers? At the end of the day, men are victimized too. I do stories on this particular page all the damn time about drivers that get carjacked or even up to and include loss of life. And I think there's more men that it happened to than women because there's far more male drivers in the game to begin with. So women being allowed to discriminate for their own safety. I mean, what if I'm a guy and I'm afraid of the shit that goes on in Chicago or Baltimore or Los Angeles? Do I get to also deliberately pick females? No, because nobody gives a damn about my safety. So I'm not a fan of it from that aspect. But let me know in the comments, do you see transgendered passengers much in your particular market? Is this something that would even be an issue? Let your boy know in the comments. You know what we always ask. Smash that like button. Feel free to subscribe. See you next time.